Here's John Kerry explaining why the Iran deal is not legally a treaty. Now listen to this. He's responding to Representative Ribble of Wisconsin. Cut one, go.
For 228 years, the Constitution provided a way out of that mess by allowing treaties to be with the advice and consent of 67 U.S. senators. Why is this not considered a treaty?
Well, Congressman, I spent quite a few years trying to get a lot of treaties through the United States Senate, and frankly, it's become physically impossible.
Now stop. It's become physically impossible? Physically impossible? Why, do they weigh a lot or something? How is it physically impossible to get a treaty through the United States Senate? Guy's an idiot. That's why I call him John D. Student Kerry. D. Student. Remember they hid his records too because of his grades? Of course, they won't show us Obama's transcripts. They won't show us his application. And I know why. That's a whole other story. So it's physically impossible to get a treaty through the United States Senate. He's not done. Go ahead.
That's why. Because you can't pass a treaty anymore. And it's become impossible to, schedule. It's become impossible to pass.
So in other words, ladies and gentlemen, because they can't get the 67 senators, assuming all senators are present, that is 2/3 of the members present in the Senate. The House has no role. We're just going to blow it off. Treaties were intended to be rare. Treaties were intended to be difficult to ratify, particularly treaties like this. Like this. So you just heard the man say, look, I spent time in the Senate. They're physically impossible to get passed. And so, the hell with treaties. And not a burp anywhere. Okay. The hell with treaties? So you're not going to submit the stuff to the Senate because it's physically impossible to get it passed? I think that's incredible. Does Iran have a plan to destroy America? Keeps talking about death to America. It's building ICBMs. Nothing stops them from building ICBMs, not this deal. It's going to have nuclear warheads, if not next week, next decade. I don't know. Most of your kids are what? They're not 112, are they? So in a decade, they'll still be on the face of the earth, God willing, right? Same with your grandchildren, right? Well, what's a decade? A decade's nothing. Congressman Ted Poe with John Kerry. Cut two, go.
Is it the policy of the Ayatollah, if you can answer for him, that Iran wants to destroy the United States? That's still their policy as far as you know?
I don't believe they've said that. I think they've said death to America in their chants, but I have not seen a specific.
Oh, they said death to America, not destroy the United States. You get the difference? Death to America, Congressman Poe. They said death to America, not destroy America. You know the difference, don't you? Depends what the meaning of is. Go ahead.
Well, I kind of take that to mean that they want us dead. That would seem like that would be their policy. He said that. You don't think that's their policy? I'm not missing words. Do you think it's their policy to destroy us?
I think they have a policy of opposition to us and of great enmity. But I have no specific knowledge of a plan by Iran to actually destroy us.
Oh, he has no specific knowledge of a plan to actually destroy it. I do. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. What does that mean? Intercontinental. Repeat after me, John. Let's get that massive jaw of yours functioning. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. Meaning from one continent, John, to another. Like from the Middle East to the United States. One country to another. Then they put warheads on them, John. Death to America, death to America. That's what they mean. Destroy America. That's their plan, John. Can you believe this jerk was negotiating for us? Today's Senate hearing. Tom Cotton. These side deals with the UN, with the IAEA. Can we see these side deals? Cut 3, go.
Why can't we confirm or deny the content of these agreements in public? Why is this classified?
Because
it's not a sensitive U.S. government document. The Ayatollahs know what they agreed to.
Because we respect the process of the IEA and we don't have their authorization to reveal what is a confidential agreement between them and another country.
So the Ayatollahs will know what they agreed to, but not the American people?
Well, no, not exactly, because we will share with you in the classified briefing what we understand the contents to be.
Listen to this mealy-mouthed crap. We will share with you what we understand the contents to be. They ran to the United Nations Security Council. They pushed through this deal. Kerry didn't even know there were side agreements. Obama didn't even know there were side agreements, if you believe them. Now it's whether they understand the contents of the side agreements, what they understand them to be. The Islamo-Nazis in Iran know what those side agreements are, and what Senator Cotton is saying is, well, they know. Shouldn't the American people know? No, that's classified. That's classified. Only the UN, the participating countries, and the Islamo-Nazi terrorists need to know what it is. You know what John Kasich said today? John Kasich said today he'd stand by this agreement. He can't just get rid of it. That's John Kasich. Expand Medicaid, stand by the agreement. This guy's a complete buffoon. Complete buffoon. And then there's Energy Secretary Ernest Moniz, who looks like a throwback to the 1960s. Tom Cotton with Moniz. Cut 4, go.
Secretary Moniz, have you read the text of these agreements?
No, sir. I've not seen them.
Have you read any prior version?
No, sir.
On any medium, computer,
Nope.
tablet, phone?
Nope.
Has anyone on your team at the Department of Energy?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I think not, but I'm not sure about that. I can ask. In terms of the technical team, maybe somebody saw something.
Jesus. This is a deal with the Islamo-Nazi regime in Tehran, ICBMs, nuclear warheads, building their caliphate, threatening the United States of America daily, threatening our allies in the region, threatening Israel in the region. Have you ever seen clowns like this? He's proud, too. Listen to the way the guy speaks. Do this cut for again. Now listen how proud he is that he doesn't know anything. Go ahead.
Secretary Moniz, have you read the text of these agreements?
No, sir. I've not seen them.
Have you read any prior version?
No, sir.
On any medium, computer,
Nope.
tablet, phone?
Nope.
Has anyone on your team at the Department of Energy?
What the hell do I know?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't know what they know.
I think not, but I'm not sure about that. I can ask. In terms of the technical team, maybe somebody saw something.
Maybe somebody saw something. Wouldn't you ask? You know you're going to a hearing. Even if you don't give a damn when it's rammed through the UN because you're all there to help Obama and his legacy, wouldn't you at least ask anybody at the Energy Department when you hear about these side agreements, hey, anybody in here know about it? I don't know. I'll have to check. I don't know. Nope. I don't know. Then there was a hearing. Defense Secretary Ash Carter. He's on the third-tier team of defense secretaries. They dragged him out of the bureaucracy and made him Secretary of Defense. And John McCain's there. Cut 5, go.
Do you, Secretary Carter, believe that Iran will change its behavior as a result if this agreement is finalized? And have you seen any indication of that?
I've not, Mr. Chairman, and speaking just for my own judgment, I don't foresee that or have any reason to foresee that. That is why it's important that be verifiable. That's why it's important that Iran not have a nuclear weapon. And that's also why it's important that we keep doing everything that we need to do. Defend our friends and allies, remain strong in the Gulf, freedom of navigation.
Now, shut up, you idiot. You're cutting 40,000 soldiers out of the Army. You're killing off various R&D for new jets and new bombers. We'll have a Navy that under Reagan had over 600 ships. Now it'll have under 200. I think I read 185 or 183. What do you mean you're doing all you can? You're going to remain strong in the Gulf. What are you talking about? Another clown. Another circus clown. No, of course Iran's not going to change its behavior. Oh, we didn't negotiate that. Look, we didn't negotiate that. They're not going to change their behavior. Just about nukes. Debt to America, debt to America. What does that mean? Does that mean destroy America? No, they said debt to America, not destroy America. And then let's move to cut 7. Defense Secretary Ash Carter. What about Iran and these cyber attacks? Joni Ernst asks. Cut 7, go.
Just simple yes or no, Secretary Carter.
Oh, good
Are
luck.
you concerned regarding Iran's ability to impact the effectiveness of IAEA monitoring equipment through cyber?
I'm sorry, I can't give you a yes or no answer to that. I'm very concerned about Iranian cyber activity, and you named 3 countries. I could go on with the ones. This is a big problem, and sadly I share the lack of confidence in the adequacy of our defenses. In the Defense Department, you'd think, with all that we have paid attention to protecting our own networks, that we would be secure, but we're not. And we know that. And it's not just Iran, but it's others.
Well, here's what you do over there at the Defense Department. You bring in the IRS because they know how to cover up, baby. Oh, they know how to cover up. They can hide things like nobody else. Server? What server? Emails? What emails? Lois Lerner? Who's Lois Lerner? I mean, that IRS, they know how to do it. They ought to bring the IRS into the Defense Department. They'll show you how to cover all your emails and your servers, and nobody will know anything. No fingerprints. Not even a federal judge can pry the information out of the IRS, which is targeting conservative American citizens. Bring the IRS into listen to this administration. A bunch of fumbling, bumbling ideologues. Truly. Do they run anything properly? Can they protect anything in this government? More and more information. More and more control. Meanwhile, the enemy's reading everything. OPM, and he's there telling the enemy, hey, look, the Defense Department, we don't know what the hell we're doing. Go ahead, tap us. Tap us. Meanwhile, the Iranians change their behavior? No. The Iranians may kill Americans in Israel? Sure. We didn't negotiate that. They have our hostages, they're torturing them? Yeah, that's a separate issue. Amazing. But then listen to this, because it's what I've been saying now for months. Cut 8, go.
Secretary Carter, would you say that today Iran does not have the capability of getting an ICBM, and that 10 years from now, based upon the provisions in place, without the embargo, that they would still not be able to have an ICBM?
They don't have an ICBM today. I wouldn't.
By the way, this is Senator Mike Rounds of South Dakota. He's a moderate to liberal Republican. And I'm going to tell you why he's a goofball. The intelligence review that's done every year says that they're getting ICBMs, says that they've been extremely advanced in getting ICBMs. And if he had bothered to read that, he would know that on the Armed Services Committee. This is a guy who trashes Ted Cruz all the time. Now keep in mind, McCain, Joni Ernst, Mike Rounds, all of them voted to give Obama the power to do what Obama's doing despite all their questions. And all they're demonstrating to us through these questions is not only how horrific this administration is, but how stupid they are for dropping the treaty provision of the Constitution and allowing this to happen. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.